settling for solutions that simply curtail new debt. We've actually started paying down debt that is already on the books. In April, the county voluntarily paid off in advance some debt issued a decade ago. It's a move that will save local taxpayers about $4.1 million in interest that otherwise would have been paid over the next 10 years. Monroe County is proud to have taken this unprecedented action to lessen the load for generations of tomorrow when it comes to the burden of what government wanted yesterday. Monroe County's Chief Financial Officer, Scott Adair, is the keeper of our commitment to fiscal responsibility. And in recognition of his talents, yesterday he was awarded the Rochester Business Journal's Nonprofit Financial Executive of the Year Award. Scott, I know you're here. Would you stand up? I'm going to embarrass you now. Property tax stability and debt reduction is a good start, but there is no doubt more remains to be done at other levels of government. Together we must tackle the greatest challenge facing taxpayers across the state of New York today, mandates. I know that Governor Andrew Cuomo agrees because I continue to stand by his side with local leaders from all parties, the mayor of the city of Rochester, all levels of government to promote and support real mandate reform. The governor understands that in places like Monroe County, state and federal spending devours 82% of our total budget. This year, mandates will cost local taxpayers a colossal $686 million. Again, nearly a $6 million increase over last year. And it means Monroe County will control less than 1/5 of our total spending for the coming year. The simple truth is that mandates have plagued local governments in New York State for decades. There's been a lot of talk, but little action taken to achieve true reform. This year, thanks to Governor Cuomo and the state legislature, real progress is being made. The governor's executive budget included potential savings for counties of approximately $450 million over the next 5 years. You've heard me talk about the 9 mandated programs that consume 90% of all county property taxes collected statewide. The adopted state budget addresses 2 of those 9, public pensions and Medicaid, but we must do more. New York State is only one of 2 states in the nation where county taxpayers are forced to bear a share of the cost of Medicaid. This year, Albany rightly approved a hard cap on that local share. And over the next few years, the state will absorb all future growth that otherwise would have been pushed down to county taxpayers. It's a great step forward. But the truth is, Monroe County created its own hard cap on Medicaid spending years ago, in 2007, when we adopted what has since come to be known as the Medicaid swap. It was a groundbreaking decision to lift the burden of Medicaid off the backs of property taxpayers. 5 years later, our innovative solution will have saved local taxpayers tens of millions of dollars through the end of this year. I've been a long-time advocate for mandate reform. I've worked at the state and federal level to redesign Medicaid so both its services and expenses will be sustainable for future generations. We still have a lot of work to do, and I encourage the governor and the legislature to build upon this year's bipartisan progress. If New York State continues to be serious about mandate reform, local governments will someday be able to move past talking about property tax stability and start a real conversation about cutting the tax burden for all of our residents and all of our families. Partnering for prosperity in a spirit of bipartisanship, well, that's something we've done very well in Monroe County for years. We likely have more innovative shared service agreements than any other county in the state. Much of our intermunicipal success is in the area of public safety. Unfortunately, our public safety demands are changing. Government's fundamental responsibility to protect its citizens has taken on new meaning and new challenges. Like many communities across the nation, Monroe County is starting to witness the devastating effect that bullying can have on our children. Bullying victims can suffer from depression, anxiety, isolation, nervousness, low self-esteem, and declining school performance. In fact, almost 160,000 students across the nation avoid some school each year just to avoid being bullied. In rare cases, bullying can even lead to physical harm. whether perpetuated by a tormentor or inflicted on oneself. I want to tell you a story tonight about Blake Ellis. Blake was in 9th grade when bullying changed everything. Through no fault of his own, Blake became the victim of persistent taunts and verbal abuse. He was routinely attacked with words so hurtful they can't be shared in this venue tonight. Blake's grades suffered. He missed almost 30 days of classes that year. He finally found refuge in his school's theater and arts programs, which allowed him to feel comfortable expressing himself in a safe environment. Now Blake is a junior at Fairport High School and has taken an active role in the school's Care Week, which encourages young people to make good choices and treat all classmates with dignity and respect. I had the opportunity to attend the Care reception this year, the program, and I was amazed at what was being taught to these kids and how they embraced it. And about being bullying, Blake said, "It opened my eyes," this is a quote, "it opened my eyes to see that it doesn't matter what people say because I am who I am and I always will be." That's the end of the quote. An incredibly brave young man. Blake is with us tonight. His assistant principal, Ryan Clare, and his parents have also joined us. I want Blake to stand up. I want to thank him for letting me share his story and tell him that he is an inspiration to young and old alike. Let's give him a shout. There are hundreds of similar stories from young people just like Blake. To answer their calls for help, Monroe County is taking real action. We are the home of Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony, and we are a community built upon the principles of acceptance and inclusivity. We owe it to our future to ensure that our young people can live, play, and learn in an environment that makes them feel both safe and secure. On March 20th, Monroe County hosted the inaugural call to action to prevent bullying. Our Rochester Monroe County Youth Bureau, our Office of Mental Health, and our departments of probation and public safety joined dozens of local youth advocacy groups in an effort to provide students, teachers, and parents with the tools they need to intervene on behalf of bullying victims, while also discouraging bullying behavior. We had an incredible showing. More than 200 young people attended this session, and all signed a pledge to prevent bullying in their schools and in their communities. Now, Monroe County is ready to do even more to follow the proactive lead of our talented young people. Together with my partners in the Monroe County Legislature, we have introduced legislation to officially criminalize the act of cyberbullying in our community. Cyberbullying is the most common type of harassment among our students today. For those who don't know, cyberbullying is online or electronic intimidation. In the year 2012, technology is everywhere. For our kids who rely on phones and social media as part of their daily routine, there is no off button in the event that they fall victim to cyberbullying. When our landmark legislation, local legislation, is approved, anyone who uses an electronic device with the intent to overtly harass, threaten, or otherwise bully a person under the age of 18 in Monroe County will be guilty of a crime and subject to a $1,000 fine and/or a sentence of 1 year in jail. I look forward to signing this bill into law, and I would also like to thank legislators Carmen Gamina of Webster and Mike Barker of Fairport for co-sponsoring the significant effort. Both of those men are public educators who have seen firsthand the impact of bullying in their schools. Legislators Barker and Gamina are here tonight, and let's thank them with a round of applause. What it can to better protect local students from harm, but we all know that the foundation needed to build healthy and successful children can only be found in one place, in the home. What we do together today to reinforce those strong home foundations will determine our future for generations to come. Our community is not unique in facing challenges of poverty, illiteracy, far too many local young people who aren't graduating with a high school degree. But the simple truth is there's no such thing as a city challenge, or a county challenge, or a suburban school district, or a city school district. There are community challenges. There are schools that help our students. When a local student underperforms, it doesn't matter what school they attend. When a local single mother is forced to make a choice between watching her children and keeping her job, it doesn't matter where she lives. The only thing that matters is how we as a community respond. Monroe County's seat at the table comes through our Department of Human Services, which strives to give disadvantaged families the tools they need to find lasting success and security. But it can't be all about public assistance, and that's why we continue to develop innovative public-private partnerships which provide solutions to further improve outcomes for local families while also keeping a vigilant eye on the bottom line. Let me tell you about some programs. Monroe County's Building Healthy Children program is a collaborative effort between the County Department of Human Services, the United Way, the University of Rochester Medical Center, the Mount Hope Family Center, and the Society for the Protection and Care of Children. It's a program designed to provide at-risk new parents with the support they need to give their babies the very best possible start in life. Ours is one of only 17 evidence-based home visitation programs that were awarded a 5-year grant by the United States Children's Bureau in 2008. Building Healthy Children has even received multiple awards for excellence, including the Rochester Business Journal's Greater Rochester Impact Award for 2011. But awards and recognitions don't tell the whole story. Results do. Ashley Thornton is a 23-year-old single mother of 2 beautiful children. Justice is 3, and Brooklyn is 2. She enrolled in the Building Healthy Children program in 2009, and using the benefits of her new support system, Ashley was able to work towards becoming a certified nursing assistant at SUNY Rockport's Rochester Educational Opportunity Center. Ashley certainly has a bright future ahead. She's able to provide for her children while she simultaneously works on her LPN certification. Ashley is proof that when we offer a hand up versus a hand out, we can build a lasting foundation for strong local families and their futures. Join me in thanking Ashley Thornton for allowing us to be inspired by her story this evening. Ashley, would you stand? Monroe County's Nurse-Family Partnership was created by our Department of Human Services, our Department of Health, and the Children's Agenda to combat child abuse and some of the most persistent threats to our entire community's well-being. Nurse-Family Partnership pairs at-risk mothers with specially trained nurses from the early stages of pregnancy all the way through the child's second birthday. Promoting safe and healthy parenting skills means less risk for child abuse, fewer young mothers forced into public assistance, and stronger families. Best of all, NFP is supported by a mix of private dollars, including support from the United Way of Greater Rochester and county and state funding. The program shows firsthand the power of public-private partnerships. On January 19th, I attended the 4th Nurse-Family Partnership graduation. The moms I met there are incredibly resilient and inspiring. Even in times of shrinking and uncertain funding for initiatives like NFP, Monroe County knows it's important to continue our strategic investments and programs that help local families achieve a lifetime of health and economic stability. That's why we have kept the funding for both Building Healthy Children and Nurse-Family Partnership programs whole in our 2012 budget. It was an easy call. Children and families stand as our community's most valuable resource, and we want to protect them. Monroe County Public Health Director Dr. Andy Doniger is here, Department of Human Services Commissioner Kelly Reed, Director of Child and Family Services Cindy Lewis, and Executive Director of the Children's Agenda, my friend Dr. Jeff Kazarowski, have teamed up with many dedicated nurses and caseworkers to make these programs a resounding success. They deserve our thanks and our praise. Benjamin Franklin, who once said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Nearly 2¼ centuries after the passing of that great founding father, Monroe County continues to develop and support programs that bring great return on investment for taxpayers. In Monroe County, we also believe in the power of partnership to build a healthy community. Most of us in this room have been touched by cancer in some way. Maybe we've lost a friend or a colleague, or have even watched a family member fight this devastating disease. Cancer touches almost everyone. More than 1.7 million new cases will be diagnosed in the United States in the coming year alone. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will develop cancer at some point in their lifetime. And cancer is a serious concern for our aging population, with nearly 80% of all cancers diagnosed in people aged 55 and older. If those statistics don't hit home, here's one that will. Cancer recently surpassed heart disease as the leading cause of death in Monroe County today. But there is hope. There are 12 million people living in our country who have had some form of cancer. That means there are 12 million survivors. And there's more cause for optimism. It's called Cancer Mission 2020. And Monroe County is proud to be a supporting partner. What is now a nationwide cause to eradicate cancer by the end of the decade actually started right here in our county. Gary Mervis, the inspirational founder and chairman of Camp Good Days and Special Times, has made the fight against cancer his life's mission. Cancer Mission 2020 was his idea, and it has since brought together a network of talented doctors, researchers, scientists, and volunteers who are all dedicated to a single goal: ending cancer once and for all. Tonight, I'm asking everyone in this room and everyone listening to join the fight and get involved. It's easy. Just go online and go to go to cancermission2020.com. Sign the petition, donate, volunteer, do it tonight, do it right now. Use your cell phone if you need to, I won't mind. It is that important of a cause. cancermission2020.com. My longtime friend Gary Mervis was unable to be with us tonight, and with good reason. As we speak, he's being presented with the Major Donald Hollader Award at the Press Radio Club's Day of Champions dinner, and that certainly is a well-deserved honor. Anyone who knows Gary will tell you he has a capacity for love and compassion towards others that is unparalleled, and I don't think we can thank Gary enough for the good work he does in our community and all around the world, so we thank him. Illnesses like cancer can have a devastating economic impact. The Monroe County Prescription Discount Card was launched in 2010 to help local seniors and low-income families overcome health-related financial challenges. In the less than 2 years since, the discount card has resulted in community savings of more than $4.5 million. That's all without any cost to county government or local taxpayers. In fact, more than 100,000 prescriptions have been filled. Cardholders have saved about 60% on average, which is about $45 for each prescription. The Monroe County Prescription Discount Card is not a government solution. It's a people solution, and it works. Last year at this address, I announced a new program called the Monroe County Dental Discount Card. Since that time, more than 1,000 local families have signed up. Many who at one time lacked access to proper dental care are now enjoying reduced cost, quality dental coverage, also at zero cost to local taxpayers. That's a win-win for our entire community. The Monroe County Discount Card should give everyone a reason to smile, and that's why we started it. We've heard wonderful stories about it. In November, we were also proud to launch another card, the new Monroe County Veterans Discount Card. Now this represents an innovative partnership between the Veterans Outreach Center, the Monroe County Veterans Service Agency, and our generous local business community. Using the card, those who have served our nation in the armed forces have access to significant discounts and benefits at participating local vendors. We can never fully repay our community's heroes for their service and sacrifice to this country, but the Veterans Discount Card is Monroe County's small way to support those who gave us the enduring gift of freedom. To apply for the card, veterans or active duty military personnel need only visit the county clerk's office or the county Veterans Service Agency, or simply visit for more information our website, monroecounty.com. Our County Clerk Cheryl Donolfo, the staff and leadership at the VOC deserve our thanks and appreciation for helping us continue the strong partnership that benefits all of those that have served our country. Our local veterans know better than anyone else what they've done for this country, and now it's time for us to give something back. We thank everyone for that. Understand that it is to defend our nation is more important than ever before. The war on terror is far from over. Local governments have increasingly an important role to play in protecting our families and homes on American soil. And that means we must prepare for every scenario. For example, if armed terrorists were to travel by boat across Lake Ontario, taking aim for our community, would Monroe County be prepared? Well, now that sounds far-fetched, even improbable. But many tragedies, like the attacks of September 11, 2001, often do sound improbable, but they're not. If evil were to threaten us today, and those armed terrorists were to set their sights on shattering our sense of security, does Monroe County have a comprehensive plan to keep our homes and our families safe? The answer is yes, we do. The exact situation I just described was put to the test on May 10th. The full-scale assessment of our local public safety capabilities was part of the Homeland Security Exercise and Evaluation Program and represented a partnership between the Canadian government, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency, New York State, Monroe County, and the City of Rochester. Its purpose was to develop a coordinated response plan in real time for a waterborne terrorist threat to our area. The operation was the first of its kind in the entire country. Northern Border Marine Operations joined with Monroe County Public Safety representatives from our Emergency Operations Center and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Almost every local public safety agency was involved at some level. We will never be able to anticipate every unique threat to our community's well-being, but residents can count on the talent and dedication of local first responders. As a result of their commitment to excellence, Monroe County is one of the most prepared, best equipped, and overall safest places in the nation when it comes to standing ready to expect the unexpected. In the coming year, Monroe County will do even more to prepare for the unforeseen. Our Office of Emergency Management will continue a significant renovation project within our Operations Center. Enhanced audio, video, communications capabilities will all do a great deal to improve what is already a unique state-of-the-art facility. We learned during the attacks of September 11th that the ability of emergency personnel to communicate effectively is a life or death proposition. To better protect our entire community and all of our dedicated first responders, Monroe County's Emergency Operations Center has installed interoperable critical incident management software. That's a mouthful, but it's a good thing. And that allows for the sharing of vital public safety response information in real time. The county will also make this software available free of charge to all of our local government partners in all of our municipalities, to all local law enforcement agencies, to all fire departments, hospitals, and even area colleges and universities. Monroe County Sheriff Patrick O'Flynn, Fire Bureau Coordinator Sam DeRosa, Public Safety Director Steve Bowman, and Fred Ryan of the Monroe County Office of Emergency Management are here with us tonight. Let's thank them and the dedicated men and women they lead for remaining vigilant around the clock. If something happens, we are safe and we are prepared. Thank you. Let me tell you a story about Deb Sung. She's a resident of Queens, New York, and I'd like to read a portion of a letter that she recently sent to Monroe County government. Deb writes, quote, "I try not to buy plastic containers other than numbers 1 or 2, but sometimes it's unavoidable. So I found myself with a slowly growing stash of numbers 3 through 7 plastics. I've been trying to find a place that I could take them for recycling. After encountering dead ends right and left, I stumbled across your website today. Along with her note, Deb sent us a large cardboard package. It was filled with all sorts of plastic items, including those marked with numbers 3 through 7 and everything in between. In fact, she spent her own money to send plastics that she couldn't recycle at home in New York City to our county because she knew she could recycle them here. Monroe County was one of the first in our area to expand our recycling program to include all plastic numbers 1 through 7. We were happy to accept the donation and the recognition as a county that leads by example. A Queens resident who lives over 300 miles away now knows that when it comes to going green, Monroe County is on the cutting edge. Yes, I love that. And it's not the first time that we have been recognized for innovative sustainability efforts. In 2011, Monroe County was twice honored by the New York State chapter of the American Public Works Association. Our state-of-the-art crime lab won Project of the Year Award for Design and Construction Excellence, including an unprecedented LEED Platinum certification. Our groundbreaking Eco Park was also recognized for providing residents with a centralized one-stop drop recycling destination using a unique public-private partnership that is now a national model. Our Eco Park is centrally located. Residents can simply drive right in and be rid of all difficult to dispose of items like household hazardous waste, pharmaceutical waste, or even cell phones or printer cartridges. Like so many of the accomplishments that have poised us for greatness in 2012, our groundbreaking Eco Park is one of the first of its kind in the nation, and we love it. A community poised for greatness, a community doing great things, a community of great people doing great things. The people in our Department of Environmental Services are making Monroe County an award-winning national leader in the development of green technologies. Thanks to Director Mike Garland and his entire team for their incredible vision and their incredible results. This year, Monroe County's website also won an award. It won the Best of the Web Award for the 6th year in a row, as a matter of fact. Chief Information Officer Nelson Rivera and his team worked tirelessly to ensure that we are on the leading edge of open government technology. Our Department of Transportation is driven, no pun intended, by Terry Rice. 2 years ago, the official theme of this address was, "It's all about jobs." Since then, I'm always kidding Terry that it's all about roads and bridges. But when it comes to quality of life, that is often the case. This year, Monroe County achieved an overall A on our Regional Traffic Signal Report Card issued by the National Transportation Operations Coalition. Congratulations to Terry and his team. The leadership of Human Resources Director Brayton Connard also helped Monroe County win a 2012 Wealth of Health Award for large local employers. He and his team instituted a county workplace wellness program that has since reduced employee absenteeism by 10%.